Hello everyone, welcome to A Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. I wanted to make this video. As you guys know, we have recently come into a little money from the sale of the plateau. And there have been just so many things piling up that I have wanted to get for the farm and for the house. And so I've been on kind of a shopping spree on Shopee and Lazada, mainly Shopee. All this stuff here came day before yesterday, and there were a few other packages that I have already opened that won't be included in this video. But I wanted to make this video to give you a reference on cost, on what things cost in the Philippines. Now, where we're at in the province, there's not a lot of options in the stores around here within, say, a 30-minute drive. A good deal of this stuff would be available in a larger city, like Tagbilaran, most certainly like Manila or Cebu or Davao. But we just don't have access to those kinds of stores where we're at. And so for specialty items, we're really dependent on mail delivery, on Shopee for the most part, and somewhat Lazada. And so for those of you who may at some point be desiring to move to the Philippines and enjoy the provincial lifestyle like I do, perhaps you'd find this video interesting. And even those who live or plan to live in larger cities, getting around in a large city is a challenge. If you're driving yourself, it's a challenge, and if you're taking public transportation, it's a challenge. And so just getting to a variety of stores that would offer items like these is a challenge, and that's why for us it just makes more sense to buy things online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open all these up, and then, because I'm old and I don't remember things that well anymore, I'm going to go in and check on the computer and check on the items sold or the items delivered list, and double check the prices so I have that fresh in my mind, and we'll begin there. Okay, here we go. So I've got all this stuff unboxed, and that took some time, but got it done. So I ordered this meat slicer, and this was 2,650 pesos delivered, so about 50 bucks, maybe 48 bucks with the exchange rate. I hope it's serviceable. Let's see, I think it said it was 200 watt. This is all the goodies for it taped underneath here, or something. Electrical cord. I'm not going to mess with all. I just wanted to double check the wattage. And yeah, it's 200 watt. So it's not incredibly powerful, but I think it will work. Look, the reason that I got this is that we can, up until 4 days ago, you could not get bacon on the island of Bohol, or pepperoni either. Those are the two main ones that I have some angst about. But bacon, most especially. Now we were able to finally get some bacon 4 days ago, locally made on Bohol. They're trying to keep ASF at bay, so they have banned all imports onto this island of live, processed, any kind of pork whatsoever. It cannot come on this island, so you can't get bacon because it was imported from somewhere else. Well, there was a company that just started making bacon, and so I've been just jonesing for a BLT for a year or more. and got some bacon. Had my hopes all high, and it didn't fry right. It was just, I don't know, it just wasn't good. It didn't fry up like bacon should, and it had no flavor. It was undersalted. It said smoked bacon on the package, but I don't think they put any flavoring in it at all. They just cured it and sold it. Incredibly disappointed. So I got this meat slicer. I ordered it even before I knew I would be able to get that bacon, to make our own bacon. Let's slice up some pork bellies and see what we can do. So that's the meat slicer. Okay, this is some blueberry, I don't know if you could really call it extract, blueberry flavoring. Look, I make a pretty good pancake. I make maple syrup, and I actually like blueberry syrup on my pancakes, and so I got this so I can make some blueberry syrup. This was supposed to be 500 milliliters, which is, I don't know, 3 times what this is. This is maybe 150, possibly even 100, I don't know. It was 500 pesos, 490, I think. And all these prices are shipping to the door with shipping, or to the door with shipping. I'm feeling a little bit ripped off on this. These are some of the pros and cons of having to get things online. But absolutely cannot get this anywhere locally, so it is what it is. I forget what the mixing instructions are. It said add per 1 kilogram of base, add half teaspoon. Well, so it's supposed to be pretty concentrated, so I can make a bottle of syrup with this with like a half a teaspoon. We'll see. I'm looking forward to that. These are just some chocolate chips. These were 370 pesos. I'd like to make something close to a like a Toll House chocolate chip cookie. No one here has ever experienced them, and so I got those chocolate chips to do just that. This is polenta. These two items came together. So this is polenta. It's just it's a really fine cornmeal. Look, we had burritos last night. I would like to make some tacos as well. And I also ordered some masa harina. And in combination, you can make pretty good taco shells. The masa harina has not arrived yet, but I plan on making some taco shells with this. This was 74 pesos, and this was 150 plus shipping. I think altogether it was like 370 pesos or something. So the shipping was actually more than this, but this is a kilo, so hopefully that works well. You know, I like Red Hot hot sauce. Not available. Didn't see any online. Red Devil or Trapeze is close, so I got this. The price was right. I'm gonna give that a shot as well. So I got 2 of these pumps for circulation. They're going to be put either in the pond or maybe someday in field 1 to circulate water through the round tanks at least. These are supposed to be 1 horse. They look suspiciously like the half horse that I got before. But I did, you know, and there's nothing on these. I don't know, maybe somebody could take this and get a translator app or something, but they're supposed to be 1 horse, so we shall see. All this fitting is the same as the half horse, and I think it's all just the same as the half horse. So I might have got ripped off a bit on this because I paid the 1 horsepower price. These were 1,500 pesos each, 1,525 delivered. You can get pumps here locally, but they're like a different style. They're volume pumps, and this is kind of an intermediate. It's a volume and pressure combination pump. This is rated to pump to 25 meters, which is pretty high, whereas the volume pumps will go to 4 or 5 meters, and anything over that, they won't pump at all at like 7 meters. But after 4 meters, the flow rate falls to almost nothing. And these, in my experience, the half horse pump really well up to about 7 meters, and then the flow rate begins to fall off until they reach their maximum. The half horse were 15 meter lift. These 1 horse were supposed to be 25. We shall see. To get a pump similar to this, specification wise, locally, for some reason, they're like 11,000 pesos. And so that's why I'm ordering these online. So I got both of those, one to use, one as a backup, because it takes time. Like if I get this circulation stuff going in the pond, it can't stop. It has to continue, and it can't stop for, well, dump that off of there. It can't stop for 2 weeks while I order something and wait for it to show up to be shipped. So that's why I ordered 2. All right, this battery charger. You guys are probably asking, why would I need a battery charger? Well, and this is the second one that I've got. I've got another one that I'm not going to include in this video because it's already set up. So I've got 2 of these battery chargers. This one's supposed to be a 50 amp. Who knows? 50 amps at what voltage? Well, who knows? It's only got a 5. What is that? A 3 amp fuse, or is that a 5? I don't know. It's a 3 or probably a 5 amp fuse. I could probably pull it out and look. Well, you've got to be asking, why would I need a battery charger? Well, look, the solar system has really 2 components that are expensive. One being the panels and the other being the batteries. And even though we're a little bit flush in cash right now, I'm guarding it. I just don't want to spend it willy-nilly. And I certainly don't want to have to spend 50,000-60,000 pesos on batteries, which is really what we need. So I'm just going to spend like 20,000 on batteries and supplement it with chargers overnight. What I would like to do is connect a battery charger, is stay on solar 24/7, and just use the Bahico as an emergency backup. And in order to do that and not draw down our too small battery bank too far, because that reduces the life of the batteries, I'm gonna just hook up one or maybe even both of these battery chargers to keep the batteries hot all night, or keep them from being keep their voltage from being drawn down too far, either or. And yeah, it will cost, because these are going to be plugged into Bahico, so there will be an electrical cost, and the conversion is not great, because we're converting Bahico to, well, I was going to say 220, it's probably more like 170, that's what it usually runs, into 24 volt. We're running it through a battery and then through an inverter, and then we're getting the power off of it. So probably a 25% loss altogether. But in the interest of keeping the batteries from being drawn down too much, I'm going to use this battery charger. You know, the other solution to keep the batteries from being drawn down too much is a bigger battery bank. But as I said, I don't want to spend another 60,000 pesos on batteries. Even 15 or 20 is pushing things. So I'm just going to use a battery charger. And yeah, it'll cost a little bit for electricity, but You know, in 3 or 4 years, it'll probably about the life of the battery. It will probably just even out, so I'm not that worried about it. And I'll be able to keep that chunk of money in my wallet rather than spending it. So that's the plan for this and the other battery charger. So further interest in having backup. Look, I really don't need this. Trying to get all the good goodies for it here. I really don't need this aeration unit, not right now. But I want to have it for backup, or in case even if I need to expand things a bit, I just want to have it. This is what comes with it. It's an 8 manifold. Even though this is the 75 watt compressor, I mean it's the 75 watt. Let's double check here. Yeah, which is much higher volume than the other compressors that I have, and slightly higher pressure. Even at that, it won't run 6 of these. I usually block off 2, or it won't run 8 of these. So I block off 2 and run 6 with it, 6 large stones. This is the little hose that comes with it. I'm going to get probably 5 or 6 meters of this size in town if I can. And this will be the last one of these larger ones that I buy. If we end up putting 16 cages in the pond, which is feasible, I will move away from these. We have a large 1 horsepower aeration compressor. And I am such an old fart, I cannot remember who sent it to us. Perhaps it was Robert Settles. It was gifted to us anyway. And it has just been sitting, waiting to be used. And if we get all those cages in the pond, we'll have to use it. And the reason I haven't hooked it up now is it's a little overkill right now, 1 horsepower, that it would put out probably 15 times. It would draw 10 times as much as one of these. It would draw as much as 10 of these, and probably output probably 20 of these. But it's not, so it's twofold. It's the electrical expense to run it when it's not really necessary. And it's all the PVC line, all the other giblets that have to be hooked up with it. The aeration line, the main line, all that. And it has to be built properly. So have never had the funds to do something like that, and never wanted to have to pay to have it run when it wasn't, you know, really necessary. But we may in fact be firing it up in a year or so. We shall see. Oh, the battery charger was 1,735 pesos. So that's about $35. And it's supposed to be a 50 amp. It doesn't have a dial on it. It has a max and a minimum. I don't know what those are because I haven't hooked it up yet. The max is probably the 50 amp, and the minimum, I don't know, probably 2 to 5 amps. It does have a fan in it to keep it cool, so hopefully it'll be durable. This aeration compressor was 1,856 pesos delivered. Not free, but not, not exorbitantly expensive. And these seem pretty much bulletproof. I've got compressors here that are 3 years old and are still working just fine. The only thing that ever fails on these is a little diaphragm back here that goes back and forth, and that's what makes the airflow, and it's also what wears out. But I've never had one wear out so far, knock on wood. So we will continue with that. This is the last little gadget here. As I was saying, I like to make pancakes, and it's always such a mess when I'm spooning it out, spooning into the pan. It drips. So I got this this pancake batter dispenser. I've used these before in a restaurant, but they were like 4 times as big. This one is supposed to hold 1.5 liters. I'm thinking not. I'm thinking maybe 1 liter. Maybe. Not even that. But they're pretty simple. You work the thing, the handle, and it lifts up this little stop in the bottom and allows the batter to come out. And it seals off well, and then you just place it back, and there's no drip and mess. You just bring this over to your pan and hit the lever, and it comes out however big of a pancake that you want. In a non-commercial setting, in a non-restaurant setting, it's probably a bit of overkill, but I like using them. Because when I make pancakes here, I usually make 30 or 40 at a time because everybody wants them. And so it's probably about 3 refills on that, or 4 even. So I'm going to like using it. Okay, this is the last little thing that has come. There's a couple more items that are due to arrive today. Look, a lot of things that foreigners miss here is food, because we're, unless you live in a large city with restaurants, it's hard to get accustomed to the food here. And even though I've been here 6 years, there's some stuff that I just like that is, it's what I'm used to. I like it. And one of those things is chicken fried steak. But I don't like just beating the hell out of a steak. And so I got this tenderizer, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it work without stabbing myself. Yeah, sort of. Maybe you can see that there. So basically, what you do is you put your little steak on your cutting board or whatever you're going to use, and you just punch this, and it goes down. It travels all the way through here. It's like aerating your lawn. It's the same principle, and puts a bunch of little holes in your steak. It cuts the fibers up a bit. It makes it cook faster. I like chicken fried steak with gravy and mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables. I like it. And homemade bread, if it's available, with a thick slathering of butter on it. Those are the kind of meals that I miss. We've gotten to where we make and this was 430 pesos to the door. A little pricey, but it's pretty hefty. It seems well made, so hopefully it's durable. Look, I've gotten to where I can, I was always a good cook because I did it for a living for a fairly good time. And as it turns out, it's come in handy because if you really want things, you're probably going to have to, food-wise, you're probably going to have to cook them yourself. I mean, we make, I make American-style spaghetti, the burritos, the pizza, stews, pancakes. The local pancake mix is way over-sugared, and it just has a funky flavor to it. You can't get the pancakes done without burning them. Well, anyway, bottom line is it's a good idea if you can cook stuff yourself. Prepare it the way that you want to, and that way you're not being that badly deprived. All right, guys, I'm going to end this one up. That's the stuff that has come so far. This is all. What's right here is about 10,000 pesos. A couple thousand has come in the preceding several days, and there's 5,000 or 6,000 more coming. The vast majority of it is just condiments that either are not available locally or are crazy expensive. I probably won't do a video on those, but this is the main stuff that I wanted to video, and so I did. Thank you, everyone. Hope you found this informative. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.